Have you ever watched the movie Mortal Engines and thought that would be a really cool game? Well, we're about to find out if it will be a cool game, and safe to say from everything we've seen so far, it does look like one. Sand is a open world PvPvE game where you explore a fallen planet using giant tramplers. Now these tramplers are basically massive machines that you use to go all around the map, harvest resources, destroy player bases, which are also tramplers. So basically massive giant cities that roam around and fight each other. That is pretty much what the movie is about, and it is so damn cool. Highly recommend watching it if you haven't. It is developed by Holograph. It is developed by Holograph and Tower House and published by TinyBuild. Now the trailer was first released in a TinyBuild Connect gameplay reveal on the 21st of May, so not too long ago. It is developed by a Ukrainian company and looks really, really cool. Currently at this stage there is no news of a release date yet, but they have said it is coming summer of 2024. There is currently a playtest active thing on their Steam's page, so if you head over to the Steam page you can request access there. Doesn't say whether it's running at the moment or when it's going to be running, and they've also released a few other little bits on their Steam page as well, so I'd highly recommend checking it out. There's an FAQ, loads of cool stuff. We will go over most of it in this video though. Now in Sand you are thrust into a desolate desert wasteland from the planet Sophie, and you've got to uncover resources and treasures to navigate the terrain and build your Trampler up to its massive glory and potential. Players are provided with the ability to design and modify their very own Trampler, making a walking mech capable of traversing the islands that once were submerged between the vast sea. Your Trampler is your home base and your means of transport. Now the Tramplers are fully customizable from interior design to upgrading the power, armor and weaponry available to you. You can team up with other players to form a giant Trampler together or have your own roaming squad of them. The game also has a storyline set in 1910, and humanity has made significant advancements in space exploration thanks to the discovery of new energy sources. The Austro-Hungarian Empire led the way in conquering other planets, but there was a mysterious ecological disaster that struck planet Sophie, forcing its settlers to hastily leave behind a once resource-rich world. Motivated by desperation, the bravest and most impoverished individuals from the Empire now journey to the planet Sophie, seeking to test their fate, uncover hidden riches in the barren wastelands, and profoundly change their lives. So basically this is a gold mine in a nutshell, in a planet. So people are coming here, trying to gather what resources they can to make it back to their original planet, where they can then be rich, famous, and have a shit ton of money. Now the game's characters originate from Galicia, which is a region within the Austro-Hungarian Empire, predominantly inhabited by Ukrainians and Poles. During the early stages of colonization, the Kaiser promised to keep the Galicians a significant portion of the planet Sophie, enticing them to volunteer as the primary labour force for constructing the cities that would eventually belong to them. Despite the disaster, the allure of owning their own space territories proves difficult to abandon, and the most resilient and desperate Galatians, who have little to lose, resort to semi-legal means of reaching the planet, driven by the determination to rectify historical injustices and claim what they believe is rightly theirs. Now when it comes to things like server sizes, we don't have any news on that yet, but if you do want to play as a team, you can join up to a number of maximum of 6 players, so you can play in teams of 2, 3, 4 and 5, but the max is 6, and you can obviously play solo. They will be letting people know when server spaces are available, how that's going to work, how many people are going to be in the servers a little bit closer to the release, as they're currently figuring that out at the moment. Now the game does have extraction elements to it, so you can be out there for as long as you want. There is no timer on it, although it does have that extraction sort of setting to it. So you can go down to the planet, stay there for as long as you actually want to, with no issues whatsoever. There's no news yet on whether death will send you back or not, so we'll have to wait and see. But you can return back to the extraction point and take back whatever you want whenever you want. So have to wait and see how that's going to work, because having an extraction based game, but then what happens if you log off and all of that kind of stuff, have to wait and see. Now, when it comes to playing solo, their design is based around ensuring the game revolves around struggles, successes, and experiences of individual crews and not larger factions. They're going to have some form of matchmaking system that will contribute towards that, and they're doing whatever they can to ensure the game does not devolve into battles of larger groups and factions or single players against newer and solo players. So, I don't know how that's going to work, how they're going to actually ensure that works. Maybe there's going to be solo servers, duo servers, stuff like that. I don't know, but the idea of giant factions battling against each other does sound really quite cool. So you could have like crews of 6 and 4 of those form one team. I don't know, there could be some cool alliances and cool battles made from this. But when it comes to the solo experience, they have said they do not want to make a specifically PvE single-player game. So I do think that's a little bit disappointing. I think the option to be able to play solo would be really cool. Obviously, you miss out on the giant battles. I think that would be the big thing. I doubt there's going to be any AI wandering around. It will basically just be, if you are going into those battles, it will be against other players. But I don't know. It's a tough one. Now, when it comes to servers and playing solo, there are no plans for private servers. So, I don't know. They have said the game will be entirely playable and balanced for solo players or a group. So, I don't know what they're going to do with that there. I, myself, personally would prefer to have the option of playing it solo on my own server rather than being on a server with a whole bunch of people that you just got to trust that people are going to be alright and not be dicks. Have to wait and see how they're going to sort that one out. And when it does come to consoles, though, there is no news yet on a console launch, but they are not ruling that out. They want to have that as an option, same with multiple languages. There's currently a decent chunk of languages that they've got going, but they're going to be adding more on a case-by-case basis and bringing it to more consoles as and when it works well on PC and the time suits it. Now, that's it from me there. We're going to wrap that one up. Hopefully you've enjoyed and you are looking forward to Sand. Let me know what you think about the game down in the comments below. I'm quite excited for this one. Definitely something a little bit different, but I like the look of it. It does remind me of that other Snail Games one that was abandoned. I can't remember the name of it now. But yeah, it's a shame. Did look quite cool, did work quite well, but Snail Games obviously abandoned it for other things. We'll have to wait and see what they do with Sand, though. I'm excited to see the future of this game and how it will progress, and that PvE, PvP item, how they're going to address that at later stages. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. For now, though, I've been Wired. You've been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.